Ki Jai. Thank you. I was very thrilled to see you all catching the Hare Krishna mantra tune so well. Generally when I go to assemblies, many hesitate to sing the beginning because they are afraid of the tune, whether I can catch or not. But it was so good for us. Thank you.
Can I give you another introduction? Now we have some more people here. That's okay. So, welcome everybody. I know some of you came on time, but the weather is a little bit iffy right now. So I was slipping and sliding getting over here. I barely made it up the hill here. So thank you all for braving the weather and coming. So again, I just wanted to give a warm welcome and an introduction to His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu. So he is an IIT Mumbai topper, served at institutes like CECRI and MNC, and such as Thermax as a senior design executive. He's a founding president of Voice Youth Clubs in Indian University, different Indian universities, Vedic Oasis for Inspiration, Culture and Education. He's the president of ISKCON Pune since 1997 with a community of 6,000 members. And he's a global duty officer for Western Youth Outreach in the USA, Canada, for 3 months per year. So he's out here in the USA and Canada 3 months per year. And he's a regional secretary assistant to the governing body committee for Pune, Shambhajinagar, Ahmednagar, Kohapur, and Satara. He's a designer of internationally acclaimed Discover Yourself. It's an 8-session course for youths and corporates. Compiler of books like Your Best Friend and youth books like Stress to Smile, which I believe is the topic of today's presentation, Art of Smart Work, and a 10-volume Gita for All Made Easy, known as GAME. Global Excellence Award winner for educating youth on Bhagavad Gita, Jiva Goswami Award winner for innovative youth outreach, youth trainer for the last 30 years in all leading IITs and NITs and other major institutions in India, seminar presenter at Massachusetts Institutes of Technology, MIT, Stanford University, Texas, A&M, University of Texas, Dallas, etc. And corporate seminar presenter at Microsoft, Amazon, Bank of America, Infosys, Cognizant, and Persistent, and so on. The list is, I'm sure I could keep going probably for the next 10 minutes or so. But again, let's give our guest speaker a warm round of applause and a welcome. It's a real treat having him.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuvunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I first of all offer my obeisances at the feet of my Guru, by whose grace, whatever I am going to share with you, it is the enlightenment that he awarded me. I am eternally grateful to him. You will see that as you proceed from your first grade and when you were a small child, when you went to the 5th grade or the 10th grade or 12th grade, your tension increases or reduces? Increases. As you proceed from your, say, 12th grade to the college, as you go to the undergrad or postgrad or doctorate, what do you think? Does the tension increase or reduce? And as you go to the profession, do you think life is less tension? In profession, you also are an anxiety for promotion and job stability, especially we are in a day now. Now, there are big layoffs happening because of the AI and development. When I was in San Jose, some 12,000 people were laid off from Google. So some of them, I met them in the temple. So they were in tears. So I said, the best thing you did, I told those people, that when you are in tears, you came to God, you did not do something wrong. So many people, youngsters, are nowadays in great fear about how will we survive in this modern day world which is extremely fast, extremely demanding. And oftentimes they think, I am not as smart as to survive like some of the fellows who are very smart, and will I be cornered or will I be left behind? So that causes enormous stress in the minds of the young people nowadays. So The more we are educated, we are supposed to become enlightened and cool-headed and become cheerful and happy in life. But that's not what we see happening by our education. The reason is, our education in the schools and colleges, it teaches you how to make a living. It doesn't actually teach us what life is all about. That's not taught there. The first step in understanding what is life all about is to know that you are not this body, you are a combination of body, mind, soul. There is a word in English called as holistic approach, Holistic means body, mind, soul, well-being. That is called as holistic approach. So that is what you will get when you come here to the temple here. We are concerned about your body, your mind and your soul. And in the beginning of Gita, the battle of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna, you might have heard the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita was spoken in a battlefield to a very great warrior called Arjuna, who was a very great hero of his times. But he got into great stress, just like I was telling about all of you youngsters here. He also got into a state of stress. His lips were quivering, body was trembling, he was weeping. He was not able to face the battle. And then Gita was spoken to him. At the end of Gita, the crying Arjuna became confident Arjuna. Isn't it how amazing it is? So what is there in the Gita that made him confident? So that's what we are going to discuss today. How, before even we enter the topic of stress to smile, one common misconception I would like to clear up. Generally we think stress means that which applies pressure on you, correct or not? We think like that. Actually that is not called stress. Stress varies from person to person. It depends on your response to the stimuli. Stress depends on your response to the stimuli. You see, for example, when you are going to have examination, two people are free from tension and they are having a cool head. Who is that? One who is the best student who has studied well, and another one who never studied at all. Both are very cool, correct now? Because the best student has studied everything, quite confident. And the other student is quite cool because he knows anyway I haven't studied anything. I know he's confident of getting a fail mark, isn't it? So in between people, all of them get tension, you will see that. So, what is stress? Stress is the response to the fearful stimuli. I'll give an example, it will make it easy for you. Say for example, there is a loud sound you hear. Like that you hear a sound. You can have two types of responses from your mind. One is, oh, it may be a bomb blast. Like imagine if this sound comes in Ukraine now. They may think probably, Russia is already throwing bombs in many places and everything, so they may fear. Or if it comes in Israel now, isn't it? The Hamas are throwing, so many bombs. So it could be a bomb blast, correct or not? Isn't it? So, if they are throwing bombs, will they throw fear on the house? And is there a possibility of life danger? So that causes us fear. But then you stick your neck out of the window and see, it was just a bursting of tire of a scooter or something like that. And then the person is towing the vehicle and going. So now it has turned into an amusement for you to watch that. No more fear for you. Because you got the answer to your fear. So now you have no more fear. That means your mind develops fearful response when something is unknown. It's called as the fear of the unknown. Yeah. Uncertainty or unknown, what it is. Once it becomes known, then it becomes easy for you to, dissolve that fear. Now, some of the problems in this world, when they come, they are not actually, for example, job layoff I was telling you. Does anyone know when they will be laid off? It's not known. It's uncertainty. So there's a constant stress in our mind behind. There's a constant fear. Similarly, you have written an examination, the results are going to come in 3 months. Then you have a constant anxiety behind. What is result going to be? Will I clear the papers? Will I make it? Like one boy was telling me, he was supposed to clear one paper in the first semester. If he wouldn't do that, he'll be out of the college. It is a very important paper, I heard. And now he has to try for his internship also. So he asked me, should I focus on internship, for which I have to prepare for some interviews and all, or should I prepare for the paper? So he said he was indecisive. So I told him, you see, which is important? He said, both are important, he said. Because if you get an intern, then you are likely to get a job after the course. And then I told him, out of the intern is not important, I told him. This paper is more important. Why? Because if you clear this paper, then only you can proceed with the course. Otherwise you'll be out of the course, you have to go back to India. He also understood, yes, it's true. So then he's going to, then I told him, 75% of your weightage you put on this paper, and then another 25% for the intern, I told him. So why am I telling you? Many times we are indecisive when we are in a stressful situation. So, whenever you are feeling pressure or stress in your head, some people reactively, when the way they react is very deadly. Some people, due to enormous tension, they commit suicide. There are some other people, they break down and they get into depression. They take many tablets for depression. There are other people, they break down to tears and they, they consider themselves a failure and they punish themselves mentally. So our mind can be your friend or our mind can be our enemy. Lord Krishna talks about it in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, while talking to Krishna, he said, our mind is like an elephant. You all have seen, if you go to YouTube and check for videos, a good elephant, bad elephant, you will get. The bad elephants can smash a car, you know that? Sometimes they can even kill human beings also when they go mad. When they go berserk, you can see that elephants. On the other hand, the good elephants, you can even see them carrying somebody on their back. You can see them. In India, the good elephants give blessings also with their trunk. You can see that. So your mind can be a trained mind, like a trained elephant, or your mind can be an untrained mind, like a mad elephant. So think about it. Would you like to have, how many of you would like to have a trained mind? Yes? Correct, isn't it? So you can tame your mind, you can train your mind, and then it will behave well, like the good elephant. Otherwise, if you are going to let the mind go its way, it's going to be like untrained mind is very dangerous. It has taken away lives also. Many people have committed suicides. Many have gone to depression. Also, untrained mind can also be compared to a flood. Can a flood do any good? Flood? Can a flood do any good? Flood can actually carry away the cattle, it can break down the houses, it can kill people also. But if the flood is converted into a dam, dam means there are three walls, and this side you have a wall, this side you have a wall, and the water is stored. So the flood has a tremendous energy with which it flows. And a dam also has tremendous energy. Which energy is constructive, which is destructive? Yeah? I want the students to answer, other devotees should not answer. If other devotees answer the question, then students don't get a chance to think. You all agree that the dam, everybody knows here, dam? You all know what a dam is, right? So is dam having energy or the flood having energy? Which one? Yeah? Yeah, both of them have energy. Yeah, dam also has stored energy, potential energy, and a flood has kinetic energy. Correct. Out of the two, which is constructive energy, which is destructive energy?
Dam is constructive.
Dam is constructive. You all agree? How many of you agree dam is constructive energy? Okay. Anybody says flood is constructive energy? Anybody says? No. Everybody agrees. Flood is a destructive energy. So your mind has tremendous energy. For example, when you become angry, one doctor says that it is equivalent to running 5 miles distance. That much energy is expended when you become angry. So it is a uselessly spent energy. You agree? When you become angry. Because yes, you are spending energy, but it is not going for any constructive purpose. And you are wasting. Similarly, when you look at another student and you feel greedy, that why that student is bagging the rank, why I can't bag that rank, and then you think bad about the student, and then you go and talk ill of the student to somebody. So much of your words you are wasting by gossiping about them. And then some people even try to harm them in some way. So, you see, I heard a story. There was one lady who was sleeping at night and the thief broke into the house and the thief showed the knife and switched on the light and both husband and wife screamed. And the thief said, if you scream, I will kill you. But if you keep quiet, I will not kill you, I will just steal your necklace. So the lady immediately took off her necklace and gave it to him. She said, please don't kill us. And the thief said, no, I'll spare your life. But make sure you don't scream. If you shout and call the police, I'll finish both of you. He threatened them. And they both were quiet. But then when he was about to leave, that lady called the thief and said, you see, me and my neighbor, we both purchased the same necklace same time. So you have taken mine, please make sure you take hers also. Like that she said. Because she thought she will have and I won't have, correct? No, like that she thought. So you can see that in this world we always compare ourselves with others. And we hurt ourselves a lot because of that. See, is it good for you as a student to consume your mind by bothering about what others are getting and what you are not getting? Is it a good thing? Is it constructive energy or destructive energy? Destructive. So, it is destructive and disruptive. It is useless, it is. So, therefore, we want to make our mind like a dam, full of energy and very well spent energy. So, in the beginning of the class today, you were all singing Hare Krishna mantra. This is going to definitely help you in making your mind like a dam or making your mind like a trained elephant. If you keep singing like this regularly, keep hearing Kirtan, it calms the mind, it soothes the mind, it gives you concentration, it also conserves the mental energy. And gradually you will see there is one Donald R. Tuck, one professor in America. He says, I have seen with my own eyes the students who chant and sing this mantra, they develop tolerance, patience, they are more realistic in life. They are not idealistic. They are realistic. Which means they know that life will throw many challenges. You learn to jump over the challenges. Don't get drowned in the challenges. So everybody's life has challenges nowadays. So the stress mechanism, I wanted to say briefly. So when the stimuli, any stress-giving stimuli comes in your life, all people don't respond the same way. Everybody responds differently. I heard a funny story. Once there was a sales boy, he was absent for a week in the company. So the company told another clerk that our sales boy is not there and all our product sales will be stopped. So can you please go in his place for recovering the money from the customers? So this man agreed, the clerk agreed. So the clerk went to get the money back. In some of the shops where he had to collect money, he was, he felt very mistreated. So 2 days he went and he stopped going. He told the boss that, these people are disrespecting me and they don't talk to me properly when I ask for the money. So I cannot go, he said. So 1 week later when that sales boy came back, they asked the sales boy, he says, customers are disrespecting you, is it true? He said, they don't disrespect me at all. At the most, they throw me out of the shop and throw my suitcase on my head, that's all. They don't do anything more than that. He said like that. What? They throw you out of the shop because their customers are supposed to pay money. They throw you out of the shop and throw your suitcase on your head. You still don't feel disrespected. So he said, because he has been going through it several times, he had become used to that. You understand, no? There are some people who are tenacious. You have seen that? They don't easily get put off by others' speech or others' behavior. I saw a picture. A man is just raising the hand like this, and a dragon, big dragon, like that, is breathing very heavily. What does that picture indicate? Sometimes we become too much disturbed by small behavior of others. We get too much irritated. And they are not causing a big disruption in us, but we are taking it too seriously. It's called as making a mole into mountain. How many of you understand this point, what I am saying? Yeah, thank you. For example, say I have expectation, wherever I go I should be loved, I should be cared for, I should be treated with respect, and everyone should honor me, and no one should cheat me, I should be treated fairly, I should never commit mistake, and even if I commit mistake, nobody should come to know it. We have such expectations. Are we God that we can never commit mistake? And also, do you think everybody in this world will respect you? There will always be people who will find fault with you. Some people will be there always. Some will respect you. So when we have wrong expectations, that causes stress. This is one of the reasons for the stress. Similarly, whatever comes in our life, if we learn the art of accepting it as God's gift, you will see life like a bed of roses. You will see that. Say you go to a garden, you ask someone, what did you see in the garden? You can say, oh, garden is full of thorny bushes. Somebody says. Another fellow says, oh, garden is full of fragrant roses. Now who is true? Both are true. Both are true. So, although both are true, they prefer to see one of those two details. So, how do you see your life? So, especially today I am going to talk about the comparison. Actually, there are many, there are 12 tips to stress to smile. Amongst that, the comparison is the most important thing according to me. The students suffer the most by peer comparison. Otherwise, I can talk about expectation, I can talk about success definition, talk about comparison, talk about acknowledging the gifts of God, and I can talk about people's comments, not to take people's comments seriously, and empathy. I like that there are escape formula, we call it, for stress. I won't talk on all of them. I'm just going to speak on only one thing, comparison. How many of you think this is an important topic for the youth of today, the topic of comparison? Yeah, good. Then I can speak on that. So I will tell you 5 very simple tips, ABCD I'm going to tell you. If you take these 5 tips with you and apply it in your life, your outlook to life will totally be different. It won't be the same. And it is going to be very calming to your mind, and you will not be disturbed by the environment around you. You can keep yourself aloof and peaceful. So the first one, please all of you repeat after me. Aspire to do good. Yes? You will end up becoming great. So those people who focused on good, they became great over time. But many a times we have a tendency to desire to become great. You agree? So most of the students, they want to become great or they want to focus on good. One simple example I'll tell you. See, one boy used to play guitar and he made a video, small video. So he sang a song and made a video, and he told one of his best friends to make a video of that, and he uploaded in the YouTube, and he got only 200, 300 people watching it. Whereas he was expecting that several thousands or a million people should watch it. And he was very frustrated. And he frantically started promoting that video through various social media. He tried his best. He could just hike it up to some 700, 800. At least he thought it would touch 1,000 at least. But another friend, he just went one day to the top of the roof of the building. He was playing guitar. And when his friend took it from him and he uploaded, that was watched by 1 million people. So this fellow was shocked. How is that? Then he came to know that second friend, he had taken training for more than 3 years in singing and guitar and everything. And with proper sound training and everything, he focused on the quality of his duty and he didn't focus on promotion. So out of the two, the quality of the work you do is important or promotion is important? Because the work you do is of good quality, promotion will happen automatically. Is it not true? On the other hand, somebody does a poor quality work and you work very hard for promotion, he doesn't get promoted, you get frustrated. So the first fellow, he focused on good or he focused on becoming great? I think it's not clear, I think my point, isn't it? Is it clear? See, there are 2 boys, first boy, second boy. Now out of the 2 boys, who focused on doing thing good?
The second one.
Second one. The first one's goal was what? To become great. And therefore one gets frustrated in life. So, like whenever you are doing your work, your mind often starts focusing on the result. Like one of the boys in India, he wanted to go to America, he had a desire. So whenever he'd open the GRE book, immediately aeroplane would be flying in the book. He was seeing then he would get into daydreaming. And he dreamt so much that he forgot to study the vocabs and he couldn't crack the examination, you see. So is dreaming good or bad? What do you think?
Bad.
Yeah, actually dreaming is not bad, daydreaming is bad. See, dreaming with a goal in mind, actually if somebody has a dream with a deadline, that is called goal setting. Dream with a deadline is goal setting. Dreaming without a goal, without setting a deadline is daydreaming. Going on dreaming, is it not true? So, therefore you will see people who are doing daydreaming, they are also people who are trying to become great without doing the good. So in India, there was a great Vaishnava Acharya whose name is Srila Prabhupada. You see him sitting on that side. That is the elderly personality. When his guru told him that this Gita message is so valuable, the whole world is now suffering terribly. You should go to the Western world and distribute this knowledge of Gita to the people of the West. Let them benefit. Many people are going to America or Canada. They are earning a lot of money. But his guru told him that you don't go to just earn money, you go there to give this wisdom, distribute this wisdom to the people of the West. So at that time he was 69 years old, close to 70, touching 70. Can you imagine a man at that age? He could not get a flight ticket. One rich lady gave him a cargo ship ticket. So he bought a cargo ship is not meant for traveling. Cargo ship is meant for, shipping things. That's where he had to travel. On the way he got a couple of heart attacks. And then he didn't return back to India. He said, I will die fulfilling the order of my guru. Whatever happens, I don't worry about the result. I will do my duty. So he came to America in 1965. 1 year he was struggling hard to distribute this knowledge. But nobody came for the classes. So then he thought, I don't know anyone in America here. So he went to the park, just like I was doing kirtan in the beginning. Swami Prabhupada also, he went to the park and he did kirtan. Many boys, girls joined. They liked that mantra meditation. They joined, they clapped hands, they played the instruments. And many of them wanted to learn from him. Then he started 3 classes in a week. Alternate days he started. And the result is history. Eventually the movement boomed. People understood that hippies could give up very deadly habits like drug addiction and drinking, smoking. Some of them are at the verge of death. But by taking guidance from Swamiji, and they all became great Krishna devotees, and then they became pure in their habits. And then in this way he spreaded this holy name. Today, the Mahamantra, like you see this Jahnavi Harrison, when she is singing, there are thousands of people coming and sitting. Because people are getting the benefits, they are seeing that. It's all because of one old Swamiji, you see. So he focused on good, or he was trying to become great? What do you think? He focused on good. He came with a selfless heart to give to people and help the people. And then God made him great, you see. See, Einstein, you all know, whom we call as genius of century. I don't know how many of you have heard Einstein got fired from the school, when he was a small boy. His teacher said you had to misfit in the school. Later on he became a clerk somewhere. So he was a C-class clerk. So he requested his boss, sir, can I be made a A-class clerk? And for that the boss became very angry on him. He said, you are a useless fellow. How can you expect a promotion? Instead of giving a promotion, I fired you from the job. That was 1903. And 1904, he produced 4 papers. You all know that E equal to mc square, energy mass equivalence. Another paper was on relativity. Another paper was on time dilation. So 4 papers he published in the same year, just within a span of 2 months. And that made him genius of the century. So you will see that if God wants to make somebody famous or great, nobody can stop. Somebody who was apparently, known as somebody not very great, or somebody was useless, and he became great in just 1 year, you will see that. So, therefore, you will see that besides our effort, there is also God's hand. It is not only by our own effort everything is achieved. There are very talented people who are not able to become great many times. There are mediocre people become great also, you will see that. Because we should definitely endeavor. We sow the seed, God gives the rain. We give the interview, the panel has to choose you for the job. And you write the examination, invigilators have to give you the marks. So in this way, it's a two-way thing. It's not only one way. It's not only your hands. If you have done your part well, you don't have to worry. When you have to worry, if you haven't done your part. Imagine a farmer says, I didn't plant any seeds this year because I wasn't sure whether rain will come or not. I played safe. If he says, is he an intelligent farmer? He is a foolish farmer because he didn't do his part. Imagine if rain comes, he won't be able to grow anything. So should we focus on what we can do, or should we focus on the result? What do you think? Yeah, we should focus on what we can do. That's Gita philosophy. Krishna says, these two formula you can remember this. Krishna says, please repeat, do your best, and let God do the rest. This is one formula. So like sowing the seed is whose job? Your job or God's job? Sowing the seed is whose job? Your job. And giving rains? God's job, correct now? Now you might have seen one picture of Krishna riding the chariot of Arjuna, right? Arjuna. So did Krishna tell Arjuna, Arjuna, I am riding your chariot, now you can go to sleep in the chariot and I will take care of the battle. Did Krishna say that? No. Krishna said, I will give you guidance, but you have to take initiative. So every one of his students here, you take initiative in your life, and then God will do his part. So the first part I told you, please repeat that. Aspire to do good, you will end up becoming great. There are many great personalities. The society recognized them eventually. They were simply focused. One day, one fellow went to meet Michael Faraday, and he went to the garden. He saw one gardener, who had rolled up his leaves and he was working in the mud in the garden. He asked, hey gardener, where is Michael Faraday's office? He asked him. So he showed him the place. He went and sat. And half an hour later, the same gardener came and sat in front of him on the other side of the table and said, I am Michael Faraday. This fellow was shocked. Hey, I never thought, I thought you are a gardener, I thought, he said. So many great people, they look simple, but they do great job because their focus is not to become great. They were made great by God. They will see that. So if you are really a smart student, you should focus on doing good quality work in whatever you do. And then if you have to become great, God will make you great. He has the power to make anyone great. That was the first one. Second one is B. Please all of you repeat. Big and small have the potential to stand tall. Of course, big can stand tall. Everybody knows. Big is anyway tall. But how can the small be able to stand tall? Look at this. 5 fingers. Now this finger we use for challenge, isn't it? This finger we use for indicating someone. This finger we use for tallest finger amongst all the fingers. It can be proud of its tallness. And this finger we put ring. Many people wear ring in this finger. So this finger may think, I am good for nothing. Every fellow has something to boast about. And this is how many students feel nowadays. Oh, he has this and she has this and they have done this. And I am nobody here. And students bolt the door of the room and they secretly cry inside the house many times. So this is due to the inferiority complex they feel. But you will see this finger also has some ability which other fingers cannot do. For example, sometimes you can do like this. Can you feel it? Can any other finger go inside? This finger has that. And even Lord Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill with this finger. Tiniest finger of his body, you see. So small finger has its place also. In that connection, I heard a story from Panchatantra. One time, a lion was sleeping and a rat was making noise. That was making noise. And the lion got wild. He got up and he captured the rat in his hand. And then he looked at the rat angrily and the rat begged, Sir, please don't eat me up, he said. Lion laughed and said, even if I eat you, you are so small, you will go to one corner of my belly. You are not enough even for breakfast, he said. And then He begged for forgiveness, and then the lion threw him away. He said, "Get lost from here, don't make noise." And the rat said, "Sir, I will one day be of some help to you." Huh? And lion said, "You, tiny tot, you are going to help me? Huh? You know who I am? I am the king of the jungle," he said, lion. So, then some few months later, the lion was caught in a net. At that time, the rat came and cut the net. Huh? Rat is given by God a special type of teeth, huh, with which he can cut the net. Can lion do that? Who can do that? Lion. So therefore I told you, big and small have the potential to stand tall. So although rat is tiny, lion is bigger, rat could do something what a lion could not do. Correct, no? Similarly, you all can check in your system. 8 things I am going to tell you now. At the end I will ask you, at least one of this talent you have it in you, which is a gift of God. It's called a slim bill. Huh? SLIMBIL. 7, plus nowadays one more they have added, which is called naturalistic. I'll tell you what are they. S stands for spatial visual. Spatial visual means you are a good artist. How many of you are good artists here? You do drawing? Our Mataji was saying in the morning, she's also an artist, very good. Yeah. See, this Mataji is such a good artist. What an amazing painting she has done that once you can raise her hand, they will know who it is. Yeah, can raise her hand. See, this one, that one, these drawings she has done. These are international class, world class paintings. So that is called spatial visual. And L stands for linguistic. Anybody knows more than 5 languages here? Anybody knows? Oh, you know 5, very good. Give an applause. Okay. So linguistic people are very fond of learning new languages and they catch very fast. It's very natural for them. So, and I stands for intrapersonal. Intrapersonal means you are a philosopher by mind. They can put you in a room and lock the room also, and they lock you up with 100 books. You can simply bury your face in the books and you don't need anything. Of course, from window they have to give you prasadam, so that you get 3 meals a day. So, such people are happy with the books. They don't need anybody. They're thinking people. So these are the people who become motivational talkers, or they become teachers, or they become advisors. They become bureaucrats. They become writers, poets, scientists. That kind of people are this category, intrapersonal people. And those who are spatial visual, I told you, they're artists, and they can actually completely absorb themselves in this art. Similarly, linguistic people, they can they can work with languages. They can teach languages, work with languages. And 4th one, M is musical. How many of you are fond of music and you sing music also? Anybody here? You sing, you play instruments, you play guitar, you play piano, or you sing. Anybody? There's 1, 2. You sing, very good, yeah. One amazing thing you will find, you sing or you play guitar, you play? You sing?
Like bathroom singer, like that.
Okay. So you will see that those who sing can also play instruments. You will see that. Very easily it comes because you need the musical sense. Raga, tala, swara, we call it. So that's musical. And B stands for bodily kinesthetic, which means they like to engage the body by either jogging or running or going to gym or playing table tennis or that kind of baseball. Some games they have to play. They cannot sit in one place. They like to keep the body active, bodily kinesthetic. How many of you are good in sports here? There are many hands. Very good, yeah. And I stands for interpersonal. Interpersonal means they are very good in connecting with people. People. They are gregarious by nature. They can go for HR or they can go for sales. That kind of things they can do because they can connect with people. How many of you are naturally connect with people? There are a good number. Very good. Yeah. Isn't it? And L stands for logical mathematical. These fellows, wherever they turn around, they see equations. Mathematical equations. They are fond of. How many of you are fond of maths here? Oh, very good. Yeah. And the last one is naturalistic. They don't like to see the environment damaged. They want to put a ban on plastics. They want to see everything eco-friendly in the world. They want to make the world a beautiful world as it was before. How many of you feel that eco-friendly? Yeah. Yeah. So now out of these 8 things I said, how many of you feel at least one out of these 8 you strongly connect with? You can raise your hand. I see almost every one of you. So that's called your unique potential. Unique potential is that talent in you which naturally comes for you without much effort. Others also praise you for that. And you can learn in that field very fastly. And you can outperform others very easily in this field. That's a gift of God for you. Krishna says in Gita, Yad yad vibhuti matsattvam shrimadurjidameva va tat tat eva vagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Arjun, in this world, you see spark of talent in every living being. A cuckoo, makes cooing sound very sweetly. Coo! Very sweet sound it makes. And a peacock dances very beautifully. So the ability of the peacock to dance, or the cuckoo to coo, or someone to, do any one of these 8 items. Who has given the talent? Krishna says, I have given. It's only a small part of my, my splendor. He says, small spark of my splendor. So God has oceanic talents. By hearing the cuckoo, you can understand how sweet Krishna's voice must be. If you see someone very eloquently speaking, you can see how intelligent God must be. Because did Einstein create his own brain, or God gave him the brain? What do you think? Yeah. Einstein didn't create his brain. God gave him the brain. Because he says, Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Similarly, he says, Balam balavatam chaham. I am the strength of the strong. I am the light of the sun. I am the light of the moon. I am the taste of water. So he says that all the specific talents you see in this world is ultimately coming from God. So imagine if one of your friends can do one thing very nicely, and your mind is feeling some envy for them. How can you deal with your mind? Can anybody say? Based on what you heard from me till now. Say one of your friends is outperforming you. And you are feeling little uneasiness in your mind. So how can you talk to your mind and calm your mind? Yes?
Well, let's try to hone in on your personal strengths and see what you can do in comparison, not in comparison, but just what you can do.
Yeah, give him an applause. So you can think that, okay, so-and-so friend is doing that so well, outperforming me, because that is not my core talent. My core potential is called as, you are all situational leaders. You know what is situational leader? You know the game between the tortoise and the hare? You all know that? So who won the match? Who knows? Tortoise. What's the moral of the story you say? Slow and steady wins the race. Very famous story, isn't it? But imagine, it's true, slow and steady wins the race. But fast and consistent will always get ahead of slow and steady. Is it true or not? Imagine if the hare never slept. Who will win? The hare will win, not the tortoise. So the tortoise understood this. My core potential is not running fast. I am a slow fellow. And hare is fast. So what the tortoise did smartly, he said, let us have a target ahead of the river, he said. So when they made it ahead of the river, the tortoise ran up to the edge of the river and it couldn't enter the river. It got frozen. Whereas the tortoise went to the river, dropped into the water and reached the target. Therefore, tortoise is a situational leader in water. And hare is a situational leader in land. That means every one of you, you are leader in one area which God has given you profuse talent in. And by repeatedly coming together, the tortoise and the hare became friends. They said, let us not compete with each other, let us become friends. So if you want to reach the target, the tortoise said, I will climb on your back when you are on land. And when I am in water, you climb on my back. And in this way, we will accomplish the goal very quickly. And in this way, they did that. Similarly, with your friends, when you are in the college or in company, always try to complement the talents, don't compete with others. Competing with others will break your head. But complementing with the God-given talent in your life will make you happy and make them happy also. You see these 5 fingers, you don't have to clip the fingers and make them all same height. But if you combine these fingers, you get power, isn't it? The power comes when you combine the fingers. So we should learn to complement with other friends. And also, if God has given certain talent to your friend, and if you envy that friend, then it is like envying God only. Because God only has given them. Shastra say, Purva Janma Arjita Punyam Agre Dhavati Dhavati. I told you about body, mind, soul. The soul has done some good things in the previous life, and in this life the soul is getting the benefits now. For example, in case this concept is new for you, I will tell you in a very simple manner. You see, a small kid, in India, generally in India, their parents give him a tricycle. You all know tricycle, small one? I don't know whether they have here. Here also they have tricycles? Yeah, small kids, they drive a tricycle. And then when he grows to the school, they give him a bicycle. When the boy goes to college, he gets a bike. When he goes to a company, he gets a car. So the vehicles are changing, but the boy is same. Similarly, the soul also is Atma. The soul cannot be cut by scissor. The soul cannot be moistened by water. The soul cannot be burned by fire. Krishna says that. That means you are the soul and you are residing in this bodily machine. Your body is a machine and the soul is just like you all are wearing one dress today. Tomorrow you will throw away this dress and wear another one, is it not? Just as you are changing dress, like that the soul is changing bodies. Even in this life you have changed your body. For example, how many of you have seen your babyhood photos? Your mother might have shown you, correct? Correct, no? Yeah. Nowadays, even mothers take a child crying and laughing also they take. Everything video only they take nowadays. Instead of photos now. They show you, see when you are a baby how you are crying, you see. They show you. So, that means your body was a small baby, then it became little bigger. Now look at you, you have become a youthful person now, you have grown up now. Some of the boys I have seen, they are taller than the father also. Isn't it? How small baby you were. Now you have grown up now. So you will see that the body is changing, but the soul is not changing. You are the driver of this body. Just like the car has a driver, you are the driver of this body, he says. And at the time of death, what happens? The soul comes with the mind outside. And in the mind, whatever type of scripts you have, at the end of one life, if you are an angry person, the next life, the same anger comes in the mind. Therefore, some of us are little angry people. And some people are lazy, so they are slow to act. So the mind is the one which carries the script. And the mind has many kind of good and bad stored in it. Just like a good fragrance or a bad fragrance is carried by the wind. Like Krishna says that, Vayu Gandha Nivashaya, he says. So, like sometimes you see the air carrying fragrance. Similarly, he says good and bad activities are carried by you. If you did good in the previous life, next life you get a handsome body, you get good education, you get birth in a good family, and then you crack the marks very well and your health is good, you get many enjoyments you get. And if you have done bad, you see the person with, there are people with ugly faces and they are born in a poor family, they don't get food properly, they don't get job, they are not educated, correct, no? Both types of people we see in this world. So the soul actually moves from one body to another. And it keeps moving. Why God is putting us through so many bodies? The answer is, God is trying to bring out the angel in us. Just like if you take a marble block, you chisel out unwanted portion, a beautiful portrait comes out. Murti comes out. Similarly, God is chiseling out our unwanted portions. When you become free from this type of envy or greed or anger, illusion, all those things, when a beautiful personality comes out of you, then you actually go back to the same spiritual plane from where we have come. Originally we all are pure like rainwater, but when rainwater touches the ground, it becomes muddy. Similarly, when we came to this world, we become covered over by the mind. Soul is always divine. Every one of us sitting here, you are all divine personalities. But the mind that covers you, that is not pure. Why? Just like imagine, for example, somebody comes with a stinking socks inside. The person is a good person, but his socks is stinking, isn't it? Correct, no? Of course, not you. You are all right. Come. No, I didn't. I was just quoting an example. So, similarly, you are wonderful, but your socks may not be wonderful. But the good news for you is the socks is washable, correct or not? Similarly, our mind is cleanable. How do you clean the mind? That we did in the beginning of the class. We were singing the Hare Krishna mantra. That's a method of cleansing the mind. So, in this way, mind can be cleansed, mind can be purified. Then mind is purified, you will be the happiest person. You will see that. Then it becomes a trained mind. Not like the flood, but like a dam. Not like the mad elephant, but like the trained elephant. The mind can become like that. Then you are peaceful, you can make others peaceful. And when somebody is flourishing in life, you will not actually feel unhappy. you will see that God is, see that person has done like you all think about it. Say you join IT company, 1,000 students are joining, same IT company. Do you think all of them become unit heads later? No. After 1,000, maybe they make 100 of them as team leads after 5 years. And after 10 years, 10 of them may become unit heads. So, and what is the reason? Because based on performance. Similarly, based on your previous life performance, you got the current body with certain amount of stringent rules and regulations. Is this clear? Similarly, somebody else has done something else and they got it also. But one good thing for all of us, God has given us many things which we can cherish and we can be grateful for. For example, I have my hands, legs, body proper, eyes, ears. There are people who are blind. There are people who are deaf. There are people with broken hands or legs. God has given me everything. I can be grateful for that. God has given me good parents who took care of me and brought me up to this level. God has given me good education. God has given me food 3 times a day. There are people who don't get even once in 3 days. We are getting 3 times a day. We are eating nice food. And God has given us association of saintly good people. Good people to associate with. We say birds are the same for they flock together. In this world to get good friendship is very rare. And if we get it, so we should be grateful for all this. Many times we forget all these things very coolly and then we only keep pointing what we don't have, what others have. Therefore we feel like a beggar always. If you want to feel like a millionaire, you feel gratitude for what you have received. So the second one I told you, big and small have the potential to stand tall. Yeah. Let us go to the third one. Please repeat. Compare yourself with yourself.
Compare yourself with yourself.
Or make only healthy comparison. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. See, if someone is better than you, students often become envious of them. Somebody is inferior to us, we belittle them, mock at them, ridicule them. On the contrary, what ideally we should do, somebody is better than me, we can always go to them and learn from them, correct, no? Like in my class, in my engineering days, we were 3 or 4 of us, we will always top the first 3 ranks. So I was good in one subject and that fellow will come and ask me for my notes. He was good in another subject, I will take his notes. Because all of us are not good in everything. God is the only one who is good in everything. Whatever he does best. But we are not God anyway. We are actually tiny children of God. So if somebody is good at something, I go and appreciate them. Hey, you are getting first rank in the class, you are very smart. See, I am not so smart as you. Can you please help me? I will happily help you. Because you are actually praising them. On the contrary, we become envious of them, we talk ill of them to other people. We are actually wasting our time and spoiling our mind. Yeah. So make a healthy comparison or compare yourself with yourself means what? Like for example, those who run sprint, like 100-meter race, they will say, oh, they will look at the stopwatch. Now I am running at 35 seconds. Okay, last year I was running at 40 seconds, now I'm able to run at 35 seconds, then 30 seconds, then 25 seconds. He will look at the watch to compare his own performance. What was my previous performance and what is my current performance? That is the most intelligent thing to do. If you compare yourself with yourself, you are growing. If you compare yourself with others in an unhealthy way, you are degrading. Is that clear to everybody? For example, somebody is jumping in a pole vault. For pole vault, you need a thin body or a fat body? Pole vault means they take a stick kind of thing, they run and they, high jump they do. Correct? You need a thin body or you need a fat body? Thin body you need. And to be a weightlifter, what do you need? Hefty body, right? Now, imagine if a pole vault fellow looks at a weightlifter and says, I'm not strong like him. Is it not true? Why should he feel unhappy about it? God has given them different talent. Because the weightlifter fellow, he cannot be thin like a pole vault fellow. He has a very hefty body. So therefore compare yourself with yourself. That's the point. I heard a funny story. Once a crow felt a lot of depression. The crow told his wife, I'm good for nothing fellow. You see, my color is also bad, I am black, and my voice is also not great. Crank, 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 make sound like this. In India, crows are commonly seen. Here you don't see crows here? No. Not at all. Few, there are a few, okay. Are they black or any other color here? Black only, okay. Then you can understand the story then. So this crow, the wife said, I am happy with you, why are you feeling so bad? You and I, we both are similar only. So we are happy in this nest. Why are you feeling? Then the crow said, I'm going out. So the crow went to a cuckoo and said, hey cuckoo, look at you. You have a sweet voice. Huh? Look at my voice. You are great. I'm useless, he said. Cuckoo said, anyway, my color, your color is similar. We both are black. Huh? Maybe my voice is great, but I am also very depressed, he said. Why? He said, look at the parrot. Huh? Parrot has a reddish beak. It has got a very nice green body. Very attractive it is. So the crow also agreed, yeah, I think parrots are the best birds, he said. And he went to the parrot. And the parrot said, okay, I look elegant with my green color body and reddish, beak and everything. But I am also very depressed. He said, why so? He said, look at my wings, it's only so short like this. Have you not seen a peacock? How beautiful peacock dances like this, with a big wing. I wish I had a wing like that. Now the crow said, now I am clear that best birds are peacocks. So it went in search of a peacock. Here, there, everywhere. At last it went to a zoo where he saw a very big peacock there with a big wide open wings. Many people are watching. So when he met the peacock and said, hey peacock, we all have come to a conclusion, you are the best bird. You are the most beautiful bird. And the peacock said, see, because I have such a beautiful wings, therefore they put me in the zoo. Nobody will catch you and put in the zoo. A crow, will anybody keep a crow in the zoo? No. Therefore, my dear crow, I consider you better than me. Because I am trapped here in the cage, I am not happy. But you are free to fly anywhere in the sky. So you are happy. Oh, crow felt very happy. He returned to the nest and told his wife, now my depression is gone now. Because even the peacock said, my situation is better, he said. So, in this way the crow was making all unhealthy comparison and was hurting himself. At last the crow became very happy. Similarly, every one of you, like somebody was telling, I wish I can be a cinema actor or actress. But if you go to the actor's life, sometimes actor, actresses, they have threat for life also. Or sometimes they have to put so much makeup and stand in front of bright lights. Many of them get fed up also. And many of their fans demand so many things from them. So many times we don't know the problems of the people on the other side. We always think I don't have enough and they have enough. Don't compare yourself with others. And next one, D. Please repeat. Be devoted and dutiful. And don't do for duty's sake. Yeah. So what is the meaning of this? Doing things for duty's sake means you are not putting your heart in whatever things you are doing. So then you cannot flourish in life. Those who put their heart in everything they do, they are the ones who flourish. For example, say you are working in a company. Somebody is a very super smart leader who joined at the same time as you, but an extraordinary personality in the company. And they are known for their performance. And you know that no matter how much you endeavor, you cannot perform like them. I am just giving an example. If somebody is like that, you have seen people like that, right? Like when I was studying in IIT Bombay, we had one subject called finite element modeling. So there was one professor, there will be 4 boards, green boards, So he will write in the first board, and all of us will be raising hand and supplying him the next step in the FEM. Then second board he will write, number of hands will reduce. And the third board he will write, even it will reduce. The final board only one boy will be raising hand because he only is understanding what is being written, because our IQs are different. You agree? Yeah. We are all born with some IQ. It's just gifts by God, He has given us like that. So in case somebody is an outstanding fellow in your company and you are not so smart, you can be smart in certain other things because of which company will also trust you. For example, if you are punctual in doing your job, and if you are also keeping the deadline, and if you are very respectful to your boss, and if you can also do very good team playing, and if you don't know something, you honestly admit that I don't know and you take help. So these are all things by which many companies feel that you are also worthy to be kept in the company. They will not lay you off. You can ask any boss in any company. They see that because they need to pay people, because sometimes super smart person has a team playing problem. He thinks he is so smart that he will not listen to anybody. Hey, useless guys, don't talk. I'll tell you what is to be done. You just do what I am saying. And the other team members ask him, If you will only say what you have to do, what are we supposed to do? You just clap hands for my idea. Like that there are people. So as much as a super smart fellow is valuable for a company and being very skilled and producing great results for the company, they also need people who can do very good team playing and punctual and keeping deadline and taking help and friendly and cooperative and all that. So I gave you some examples. So therefore, when I'm talking about doing your work, what is the meaning of devoted? Like Srila Prabhupada was telling, there was an old lady in Vrindavan. She used to bring water in a pitcher in the early morning hours, like 5 o'clock or so. And she was like in her 80s or something like that. Her body was very fragile. She would carry the water and keep it in just outside the altar. She would keep it, and the pujari would later on take it and use it for the bathing of the Lord. So Prabhupada was watching her, and Prabhupada said, see, in this early morning hours there is no one watching her. But she is faithfully doing this service, not for getting any credit, not for getting any money. She is doing it simply out of love for the Lord. So she is devoted to the service. She is not doing it duty sake. Correct, no? She will definitely benefit. So another example from my personal life I can say, one day there was a program for about 2,000 people, devotees in Pune. So we call it as a Pune Yatra in India, we arranged that. So it's actually for 3-day program it is. The first day there was a heavy rains and a lot of water had accumulated at the entrance of that place. So in the night I was actually managing the things, and then when we were leaving, 11 o'clock I was leaving from there. Everybody had gone already. They all had left by 9:30 only. So one boy I saw, he was actually digging. He was digging lot of sand. He was digging sand and putting it over the water and, beating it and decimating it and then making a dry platform. He was doing that. It took him probably an hour or so to do that. He brought a lot of sand and put it in, did that. And people's shoes and sandals had got scattered here and there. So he picked them all up and kept them two together very nicely. So I met this boy and I asked him, he was a college student. I asked him, who told you to do this? I asked. He said, nobody told me. Then why are you doing it? I asked him. He said, I felt I should do this because tomorrow morning devotees will come back again. And if they see the water, water will go up to their knee practically. And their clothes may get spoiled, they may feel uneasy. I just thought if I do this, they will be happy. I said, my Lord, it's amazing what a spirit you have. I told him, one person is watching you. Then I asked in my class when I narrated this, like I'm narrating to all of you, one class I asked, who was the person watching that boy? Everybody said, Radheshyam Das. I said, of course, I was watching the boy, but there was another person watching him. Who? Lord Krishna is watching. Although nobody was there to pat on his back and appreciate him. So he is doing it, is he devoted to that service or is doing it duty sake? He is devoted. He is devoted to the service, putting his heart. So if you put your heart and do, if you make an effort to put your heart, you will be appreciated definitely. Even if your job doesn't come great. You all know there was one small squirrel who was helping in making the bridge for Lord Rama. Otherwise all the other big monkeys were helping him. But he was a small squirrel. So Hanuman was very upset with the squirrel. He picked up the squirrel with the tail and said, hey squirrel, why are you creating a disturbance for us? You go away, go and play in the trees. Don't come here. Because we are putting the boulders and we are making a bridge for Ram. We are all big people putting big stones and don't disturb us. At that time Ram came and said, Hanuman, as much as your service is important to me, the squirrel's service is also important to me because you are doing according to your capacity and the squirrel is doing according to his capacity. I am happy with that, he said. So in this way Lord was pleased with his service, even though he was putting his best. So I have seen always that anybody puts their best and makes even an effort, people are very pleased with that. Okay. So this was D. And the last one, my assistant has come to remind me that it's getting late now. Yeah. Okay, last one, please repeat. Empower yourself through prayer. This is the fifth one. So, what is prayer? Prayer is the difference between what you can do and what God can do. That is the difference. See, you can do this much, but if you pray to God and take His support, you can do this much. So the power of prayer is explained in many places. One example I'll tell you, Hanuman. Hanuman is actually a monkey who is in the army of Lord Rama. He was supposed to go leave India and go to another place, Lanka, crossing the ocean. But before that project, before doing that project, he climbed up a mountain, folded his palms and meditated on many great personalities. He prayed to his father, Vayu. He prayed to Lord Rama. And he prayed to his guru. His guru is Surya. He prayed to all of them actually. And he told them that I am very small, but you all are great. But if you bless me, by your blessings only I can do something great in my life. See, you will see that any field you take, you have respect for the teacher. Like you want to learn karate. Without respect for the teacher, you cannot become a black belt in karate. Similarly, if you learn Bharatanatyam, or you learn singing, you learn any kind of talent, you need to have a great reverence for your teacher. So when you have reverence for the great souls, then they bless you with their heart. And then you can do wonders with that. So in this way, how the blessings works you may not know. There is one field called as psychometry. The psychometry field is a scientific field it is. They have done a lot of researches on the thoughts now. See, for example, they did one research. They kept one boy in one room, in the hostel. 5 rooms ahead they kept another boy in the 5th room. And they told this boy to think noble thoughts about that boy. And another day they told this boy to think of violent thoughts about that boy. And exactly at the time when this boy was thinking noble thoughts, that boy said, I don't know why, but I'm feeling some good vibrations. That one of my friends is actually praying for me, he said. Another day when he thought violent thoughts, this fellow became afraid. He said that, I'm getting bad dreams. I'm getting nightmare. He said because his friend was thinking violent thoughts. So thoughts are like potent weapons. They have the power to attack. So now what happens, say you go to your grandmother or grandfather and you bow down to them. As soon as you touch their feet, their mind and heart gets overwhelmed with affection for you. And a feeling of wishes, good wishes for you. And that comes and envelops you. You cannot see it. Now, slowly science is discovering that if you can evoke sympathetic and compassionate feelings of others towards you, that causes empowerment. Like that. If that is so, what about God who is infinitely powerful? We are only one, God is infinite. 1 plus infinity is infinity. Pandavas were 5, Kauravas were 100. But Pandavas emerged victorious because they had God on their side. So that was the... So 5 things I told you. Who can repeat A for? Only one of you can say that. You raise the hand, I will ask you. You can raise the hand. If you know it, you can raise the hand and I'll ask you. Okay? Yes?
I think it's aspire to do good things.
Yes. And then? What happens by that? You are right. What you said is correct. And the second part, anybody remembers? When you aspire to do good, then what happens, yeah?
You become great.
You end up becoming great. Very good. First, thank you. And B, who remembers? Okay, there's one boy. We'll give him option. Yes?
Small, stand tall.
Big and small have the potential to stand tall. Very good. And C, that's very easy one. Who remembers? Yes?
Compare yourself.
Compare yourself with yourself. Or one more I said.
For like a D? Or
Can you compare or you should not compare at all? What did I say?
compare yourself with yourself.
That is one thing. She remembered that. One more I added to that. Yes?
Healthy comparison with others.
Or healthy comparison with others. Very good. Thank you. And D? D little difficult?
Do your best.
Empower.
Be beautiful and devoted.
Be beautiful and devoted in whatever you do, and don't do for only duty sake. Duty sake means, half-hearted job. Don't do that. Put your heart. Say, for example, I tell you, can you please make this hall ready for the program? Like one time my grandfather told me, you see, if you clean this place for the evening, there was one event in the evening. He said, if you clean this place and make it ready for the program, then I'll give you a coin, he said. I was a very small kid. So I was playing with my friends. He told 7 o'clock is the program. So till 6:30 I was playing. My grandfather would peep out of the window and ask, hey, it's 6:30 now, when are you going to clean the room? When are you going to make it ready for the event? I said, that you don't worry, you don't chase behind me, I will do it. So 6:45, 6:50 or so, I took a broomstick. And quickly I started sweeping and kept all the stuff in one corner. Then I went to him to ask for a coin. And as soon as people came in and they put on the fan, then all that stuff started flying. My grandfather chastised me. He said, see, making the room ready means not just doing a half-hearted job. See, you are supposed to clean it and throw all the unwanted sand and dust, everything outside. Then you are supposed to mop the room and put on the fan and dry. Then put that mat or something. And then put a seat for the speaker to sit. You didn't do anything and you want a coin. My grandfather said, you should give me a coin, my grandfather said, for not having done the job. If you are a man of integrity, then you should stick to what was expected. So that means I was doing a half-hearted job, correct, no? Because my mind was where? In playing. So therefore many times we all have our mind elsewhere. We don't put our attention. So if you put your attention, it will come out well. Be devoted. Don't just do duty sake, okay? That was D. And the last one, E. Raise the hand, anybody?
Empower yourself.
Who? Also, they have been answering. Somebody else can answer behind? Yes, yourself, yeah.
Empower yourself through the prayers. Prayers is the difference between what you can do and what God can do.
Correct. Give an applause. Very good. So, these are 5 very powerful spiritual energy boosters which you heard today. Yeah, and this will also help you to deal with your mind. Mind is always throwing many kind of scripts. Everybody's mind is throwing many challenges for us. Dealing with the mind is a very difficult thing. So now in conclusion I will tell you, just as ABCD I told you, another ABCD I will tell you, which is for practical implementation. Please repeat. A for association, B for Bhagavad Gita, C for chanting, D for devotional diet, E for engagement in seva. These 5 things, how you should do, I'll tell you. A for association means at least once in a week you come to temple, like this. How many of you liked the program today? You liked it? Yeah. So once in a week, it's not a big deal. We have Alex Prabhu here. You can stand up, Prabhu? Alex Prabhu? Yeah, Alex now? Yes. You can stand up? Yeah. See, he is Alex Prabhu, you all can see. So he is coming to college. Yeah. So he takes classes. I am only once in a blue moon I come here. But he is here, available for all of you here. He takes regular classes. There are also others. Also there is Marut Prabhu, no? Marut Prabhu is not here, I think. Is he here? I can stand up, Prabhu. Here is Marut Prabhu. Thank you. He also takes classes. And any Matajis take classes here? Any of them? Who?
Sridevi Radhika.
Where is it? Sridevi Radhika Mataji, where is she?
In the kitchen.
Is it? She's doing seva now. She's doing seva, okay. So we have some ladies also taking, some men also taking. So you all can come once in a week at least, you please come. Association, okay? A for association. And B for Bhagavad Gita. We have copy of Bhagavad Gita. I can just show them. Actually, in Boston, our $6 Bhagavad Gita, we give it at $3 there. Here, how costly it is? We have students' copy? Yeah. Yeah. This is a very nice student copy. It is very soft copy. It's very easy to carry. In this book, I am only requesting all of you, read 1 page a day for 5 minutes only. 1 page a day, is it difficult?
$5 Canadian.
Huh?
5 Canadian.
Cost of Bhagavad Gita.
Cost, how much students cost?
$5.
It's $5, yeah. Oh, they are ready to give you at $5. Huh? This is $5.
Good exchange rate.
Yeah. So every day just read whatever I shared with you today. All those things are available in this book. And read 1 page a day, that's all, every day. And 5 minutes a day, okay? And C for chanting. Thank you. Chanting, if you don't have a mala with you, you can do it with finger also. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when you finish 10, you can fold one finger. When each of these touch, you chant like this: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So like that, and chant 10 times, and then fold your finger, chant 10 times, fold your finger. 5 times you chant, how many it is? 50. And then when you chant another 10, release. 1, 1, 1. Then 100 are over. Then chant 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So sitting in a park, you can chant also. Anywhere you can chant. Daytime, nighttime, morning. But if you chant one round, it takes you about 10 minutes only. So I will request all of you, for 1 week you try chanting 10 minutes every day like this, 108 times. If you are not benefited, you give it up. And if you liked it, you can continue. How many of you think it's a good deal? Correct, no?
Yeah.
There is no, you don't have to pay any charges for that. Yeah, no charges, it's free. Anywhere you can chant, it's very easy mantra. So that is C for chanting. So 10 minutes a day chanting and 5 minutes reading 1 page of Gita. Once in a day coming for a program like this, that's ABC. And the 4th one is very easy, devotional diet. Today we have prasad for them. Yeah, you all have prasad, which you will experience it yourself, devotional diet. Food is cooked by devotees and offered with love, and you will experience that. Because that food is free from karma, karmic reactions, because it's offered to God with love. So whenever you come for the programs, you can take prasadam, and that is not a difficult thing to do, everybody likes it, prasad. And E for engagement in seva, you can help Alex Prabhu, Marut Prabhu and all these devotees. See, they are all wonderful, good souls, they have a lot of wisdom to share, but they want help from students. They want some of you to make a nice computer poster, or some of you to call your friends for the classes. If you assist the devotee in giving Krishna consciousness, in giving this knowledge to others, by that assistance God will become pleased with you, by that. And you will get a lot of blessings of God. The way to attract the blessing of God is through assisting the devotees. Okay? So you all remember this ABCD also? A for? Association. B for? C for? D for? And E for? Engagement in service. Finished. So let us clap all the devotees who remembered everything. Thank you. Thank you. It was a very good participation from all of you in the kirtan as well as in the class and recollecting the points. Very good it is. Thrilling. So it seems that Ottawa has some of the best students I feel in the entire world. Very good. Very intelligent, very intelligent. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Let's give another round of applause. So now we'll arrange to, I guess we'll serve out some feast. We have nice food, some preparations, prasadam, as Radheshyam Prabhu said, food that has been offered with love to the Lord. And so we're going to just make our way to bring it through here. So I hope you could stay with us for a little bit. And I don't know, Radheshyam Prabhu, do you have a few minutes for some questions or anything like this?
There is another program I heard.
There is, yes. There is another program at 6. So, yeah. So you'll have to hold it till next time. Oh. Okay, hold on a second.
I can take 5 minutes questions. I can take 5 minutes. Any one question anybody has?
Thank you.
I can take 5 minutes, one question.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Now there's one hand up here. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry I came late, so I might have missed half of your lecture, but as a student, how to overcome self-doubt when we go through, like when we sit through exams or when we read something, like I have so many self-doubts that I might not be able to achieve what I want to. So how can we overcome that?
Oh, this lecture was all about that.
So I missed it.
Actually, I was telling that, you do not know your potential, therefore you are doubting like that. You have so many hidden potentials gifted by God, you have not yet recognized them. Like a tortoise, it's definitely slower than the rabbit. And the tortoise would have committed suicide, thinking that I am slow. But the tortoise identified that I can actually swim in water what rabbit cannot do. Because he identified that, then he could win over the rabbit. So, one should give up such negative thinking. We should Therefore, look at what God has given you. Don't look at what you don't have. Because by focusing on what you have, you are going to flourish, you're going to grow. And focusing on what you don't have, you will feel inferiority complex, unhealthy comparison, all that will come. So in case you missed part of the talk, I think they will have a video, I believe, right? They'll have a video. You can catch up with that, and your question will be answered definitely if you go through that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
One more question.
Okay.
Prabhuji, my question is devotional, like about Lord Rama, Lord Krishna and Lord Buddha and 10 avatars of Vishnu. Like people worship only one God mostly, and God has different forms, like Buddha is also a form of Lord Vishnu. And he's not worshipped as like Krishna and Rama.
Yes.
Why?
The reason is, Buddha came at a time when even the Brahmins were misusing the scriptures to eat meat. So Buddha was shocked there. The Brahmins were supposed to be teachers of the Vedic wisdom. Now they are indulging in roasting the cows and the horses in the fire and they are eating it. So therefore he told the people, don't follow the Brahmins. But then the people said, if you don't follow the Brahmins, then who will guide us? The Vedas are there to guide us, and Brahmins are the ones who are teaching the Vedas. Then he told them, don't follow Vedas, don't follow Brahmins, you follow only me, he said, Buddha. Buddha is the incarnation. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. He told them, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. He said, the topmost Dharma is Ahimsa, non-violence, he taught. And after Buddha, and that is called Shunyavada, Nirvana, Nirvana we call it. Then Shankaracharya saw that all over India, people have turned into Buddhists. And other than Ahimsa, they don't do anything. They don't study the Vedas. And they have no program to purify the heart and go back to God. So he felt sad. And then he decided, now I will make the people understand the importance of the Vedas. Vedas are also important, and the teachers of the Vedas are also important. So the corrupt teachers should be removed and the good teachers should be promoted. So then Shankaracharya came and taught the Advaita Siddhanta all over India. Then he established the Vedas and said, understand God's impersonal aspect, he taught. Then Madhvacharya came after that. Madhvacharya said, yes, God is there, but God is not alone. God is also with his servants like all of us, jivas. So he taught Dvaitam, he taught. And then Ramanuja came, he taught Visishtadvaitam. So you will see that all the acharyas came one after another. So we don't disrespect Buddha. We know Buddha is also an incarnation of God. But he came to teach Ahimsa, which is a small limb of our Krishna consciousness movement. In our movement, any chanter of the holy name quickly will stop eating fish, meat and eggs. They will stop. And they will lead a very clean life right from the beginning itself. And we go to much, much more higher steps. For example, we are in negative axis now. Buddhism, Jainism, Impersonalism, they take you only to 0, from negative axis. But our movement doesn't talk about negating the negative. It talks about engaging the positive. For example, don't see bad, don't hear bad, don't speak bad. That is negating the negative. To say that with your eyes see the beautiful deities of Krishna, with the ears hear the Krishna Katha, with your mouth you take prasad, and you also chant the holy name, that is positive. So it would be better for us to engage in the positive rather than just negating the negative. Therefore, although we respect Buddha, if you see the deity of Buddha, we will respect. Definitely. We don't ignore or neglect. At the same time, we know what is the highest based on overall observation of everything. Clear? Thank you. Thank you. Now you also take prasadam. Do you have Kirtan 5 minutes, Prabhu?
Yeah, so just one addition.
There is one very good Kirtan here I heard. One of those things, very nice Kirtan.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so I think what update, because now I think we're looking at 5:30, coming closer to actually 5:45. So 15 minutes, the second session is starting. So we have another seminar which is going to be from 6 to 8, and that's going to be on, what was the titles? Art of Smart Work. Yes, so that's starting at that time. So between now and then, I think we're going to have kirtan, and which is chanting with instruments and doing that. But those of you who have to leave, we'll have some cake and stuff that you can take with you. If you can't stay for the whole time, feel free to do that. And then after this second seminar, we'll have the full feast that is going to be distributed. Does that sound okay with everybody? Can we do that? Right.
Also, I want to say one small thing. If, like this topic you had today, if you want to say, any of your students want to hear on the topic of focus, or concentration. For example, you go to Radheshyam Das, you just put Radheshyam Das in the YouTube and go to the search and put the word focus. Then you will get 4 or 5 lectures you will get. You put on relationship, you will get some lectures. You put on health, healthy habits for a happy life, there is one seminar. So like that, if you put the keyword in the search, you will get, otherwise there are about 3,000 videos in that. Too many videos are there. You will get lost if you are searching. You just put the search in the search word you put, you will get it, okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. So they have taken ABCD with them. So I hope that they all come once in a week. And Marat Prabhu, Alex Prabhu, please take good care of them, okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Who is going to sing? Who is a good Mridanga player here?
I can end now and then start in this one. Okay, now I end. Don't you know where is this for my mouse? Yes, because